Mary Conway, another longtime Channel 7 action news reporter and anchor. She's retired now, out in Colorado, but the news has reached her as well of Billy's passing. Mary, good evening to you. And as we remember and honor Bill Bonds, you know, there are so many ways that you can go, so many directions you can go, so many stories to be told about Billy, about his wit, about his intelligence, about the way that he went about the job of bringing the news to Detroiters. You reported so many of the stories over the years, and have a great way of telling stories and remembrances of your experiences with our friends here, and certainly Bill was a friend to all.
Oh, Dave, I just am so stunned by all of this. When Eric from the station called to tell me, I was just so taken aback. My heart just goes out to his wife Karen and his kids, Christine and Mary, the twins, and his son John. I mean, it's just, he's so larger than life. And even though every time we have seen him, you know, you can tell that he was aging, you just never think there'll be a day that Billy's not there.
Yeah. The influence, Mary, we've talked a little bit about it with Diana and also with Al Upchurch. The influence Billy had on the careers of so many of us, but also the impact that he had in the marketplace for viewers, bringing the news, being Bill Bonds. It's incredible, and we'll never see the likes of Bill Bonds again.
Oh, I don't think you ever will. Billy made all of us better. I don't know, Dave, you were in sports, I think, most of the time when he was there, but he would ask questions that I could say, I honest to God, as a reporter, had not even considered. He made us all better by making us think outside the box and think of how it was going to affect the people sitting in their living room. And he truly pushed all of us to be better. Mm-hmm.
Well, I can specifically remember, Mary, sorry for interrupting, those occasions where, you know, you're out reporting a story and there's a question that maybe you're not asking or isn't, maybe more appropriately, isn't being answered by someone, and there's Billy saying, you ask this, make him say this, tell us this. I mean, he was engaged at all times during that broadcast.
And boy, you didn't come back to the station until you got an answer to that question. I can assure you, like if you were talking to the police chief and they wouldn't answer, or whomever and they wouldn't answer. And Billy would say, I want the answer to this question, and you did not come back until you had it.
Mm-hmm. What else, Mary? A personal story, a personal aside relating to Billy, and I know it's it's on short notice here, but he touched so many of us in so many ways.
Oh, God, and he just was so wonderful about everything, and we were good friends. They were kind enough to invite us to their home, Karen and Billy, on Christmas Eve, when a lot of people would stop by during the day. And, you know, it was just so wonderful to see him. But I know there was a period in my life when I wasn't sure if I was going to stay or what I was going to do, and I had gone and was staying with some friends in Chicago. And Bill called me personally and said, kid, you come back to the station. You've got a great career here, and you'll love it here. And he was wonderful. And I was blessed to anchor with him. And just to watch him do his job, he was so smart, so gifted. He tried so hard at it. But, you know, the things he said weren't written on the prompter.
No.
There might have been a cue on the prompter, but, boy, he truly spoke from the heart and had a gift I've never seen in another human being, to where he could reach out to people. And he was just incredible to watch him in action. He was so smart.
Yeah, and a Detroiter through and through. I mean, he went to New York, he went to Los Angeles, but he came back. And this is where the connection was. This was home.
Well, and also it was about making things better in Detroit. He was always very concerned, like when there was a crime or when something would happen. I remember Shelley Smith was doing a live shot. There was a huge fire downtown in a big old building, and, you know, it wasn't up to code, and it was just a terrible fire. And he said to Shelley, how many more buildings would there be like that in the city that we need to worry about? And Shelley didn't know the answer. Boy, she went on to do some major investigations about that. Mm-hmm. But his concern was always for making things better for the people who lived in Detroit and making sure they got straight answers and that their lives would be better. And that was all he ever cared about, was making sure that the average guy got a fair shake and that things would be better for them.
Not everybody at home maybe loved Bill Bonds, but everybody knew Bill Bonds, and you watched sometimes, even if you didn't like him, right, to see what he was going to say next or what he was going to do next.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, love him or hate him, they knew he had his finger on the pulse of what was going on in the city, and he was going to get an answer.
Yeah.
And it used to just drive people crazy. You know, you'd go out on the street and they'd tell you how much they hated Bill Bonds, but they watched him every day to see what he knew and what he was getting changed in the city.
Yeah. Smart guy.
I feel so badly, Dave, to hear this.
Yeah.
And again, you knew when you'd see him that he was more frail.
Yes.
But you just can't imagine a day without Bill.
Yeah. Yep, we love the man. He had an unbelievable career and, you know, is always and remains a part of us. Mary, thank you so much for your thoughts.
Absolutely, will always be a part of us. And again, my condolences to everybody that ever saw Billy, because they all cared about him.
Yes, we did. Mary, thank you so much. Mary Conway on the phone with us as we honor and remember the life and the career of Bill Bonds, the anchorman, the longtime anchorman here at Channel 7.